Hello and welcome to this Girugten Urbanter special, where we're going to introduce you to our faculty. I want to say welcome to all our new first years, and the voice you're hearing now is my voice, Timo. I'm a second year SPD student who's been active in Girugten now, but also been hanging around IBEN somewhat. And I'm sitting here with...
My name is Emila, I'm from Girugten, and I'm a second year HGP student, and I'm active in Girugten.
My name is Sienna. I'm a first-year HGP student from the United States, and I'm currently active in IBEN, Girugten, and ProGeo.
And I'm Kristaps. I'm a second-year Human Geography Planning student. I'm from Latvia, and I'm active in IBEN Battuta and ProGeo, and of course, Girugten.
We're really pleased that you're listening, and we'll introduce you to all that's happening at our faculty.
Yay!
So, one of the most important aspects of student life at our faculty is IBEN Battuta, and that's why I've moved now to behind the coffee room at Zernike in Girugten office, actually, in the ProGeo office, to talk to two IBEN members on the board. Could you guys introduce yourself?
Of course. I'm Julia Bukkering. I'm the vice chairman of the Faculty Association IBEN Battuta, 65th board.
And I'm Jelte Hiddinga, the Commissioner of External Relations on the 65th board of IBEN Battuta.
So, what is IBEN Battuta?
IBEN is there for the Faculty of Spatial Sciences, so the 2 bachelor studies we have and also the 7 master studies. And in general, we're just a student association under the name of a faculty association, so we are there for students. We organize activities, we help out with the curriculum, and have fun together with students.
And it's just for us at the faculty, right? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So, how did this start? Like, maybe like shortly about the history of IBEN. Like, what?
We started off with another name.
GGSV, Groninger Geografische Studentenvereniging.
Wow.
Completely Dutch, so we've come a long way to also operate fully in English most of the time, or at least we try to. What's kind of cool is that we have a boardroom and a coffee room. So we have a loose room for our members to just chillax, have coffee, have tea.
Just come by and meet each other.
Yeah, I've used that coffee room a lot too. Every break you have, because there are coffee and tea, and then when do we exactly have cookies?
Yes, Tuesday.
So it started off as a Dutch association, and now it's called IBEN Battuta.
Yeah.
So we're fully English?
Well, everything we do, we try to as much as possible, but we're still in the Netherlands. So, for example, once we approach companies or have more career-related things to do, it's relatively more easy to do it in Dutch. So we try also to still have Dutch-speaking people on a committee, but for example, we try to find more of a balance.
Yeah.
And once we enter the coffee room, the general notion is, okay, there's an international person there, or even not some of the times. Just switch to English. It's fun for everybody, and our Dutch students are studying English, so everybody is
should be able to do English.
Is able enough to do it. So
yeah, and we want to let everyone feel included, because we have such a big international members also, a group of members. We try to also have in every committee an international at least, or maybe more, like half internationals. We really want to incorporate them, and also our whole sites would be then in English, and our activities, everything explained in English, just for them to, also be here, and get to know us.
Fun thing to mention maybe is that our current chairman, he is now is this German guy. So, we as the board have to speak English most of the time to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
So even in that sense, we see that there's more international students joining IBEN, which is really nice because, IBEN is there for everybody. So yeah, it's nice to see people make use of it.
And why would you, if you, the first year's going to hear this enough, I think, on the first day, but why should they join IBEN? What made you guys join IBEN, maybe?
For me, it was, I was on holiday in France just before my first year, and then I saw the promotion of the IBEN activities via the introduction letter, and I was like, do I want to do this? And I was like, I might as well just try it. And just all the introduction activities, they were so much fun, and I met so many nice people. I was like, yeah, this is it. Yeah, so it just stuck from there.
Because what are these I've also been a first year, so I do remember some of the introduction activities. Can we get a sneak peek into the introduction activities this
Yes.
year?
Well, for first of all, the social drink. We have just the open day, so you will be with your LC mentors. We'll go to usually to Noorderplatsoen, do there some flunky ball and just get to know everyone. And then in the evening we have our social drink, so you can also like socially get some drinks and party with us a little bit, get to know us a bit more. And then
it's also closed off for first year, so it's promoting the first years and also getting to know each other, because that's important. And then after that, shortly we have the introduction weekend on Ameland, where we have some activities. I cannot spoil too much because also I'm not in the organization, so I don't know everything, but which is always really much fun. We have a whole weekend on Ameland with the first years and some of the older urban generations, and a lot of fun activities.
yes, and also in like the 2-week introduction period, we have the beer pong. That's also a really fun activity to get like to know more first years, but also some older second years, and you just play the game.
Yeah, there are just in general there are quite a lot of different introduction activities. So for everybody who wants something, there's probably something. And I would say, do not be shy to just join. Most of the time, you just have fun.
So when we're talking about fun, what is your guys' most fun experience of IBIN?
Well, for me, it's quite a weird one, maybe. Last year, I helped out organizing the career day. And at a certain time, I just had so much to do and was like running around, helping out everybody, going here for this and then there for that. And I met so many new people there, from companies, from the committee, from just in general members. It was so much fun. I think I've never socialized as much on a day as that day.
Yeah, for me, it would like organizational wise with my own committee, the wind sport committee, like the whole trip was just the most fun, and just ending up in the Alpe ski and skiing down and having like arranged everything yourself. That was really fun to do, but the most fun experience I've had was maybe being hammered in as the new board, the 65th new board, because you're like having a long period of just getting to learn your own functions and getting up to that moment of officially becoming it, and then it just happens and it's official and you're just like really happy that you're there and able to do it.
Yeah, so you guys will be everywhere the coming year.
We'll try to be.
We'll try to, yeah.
Try to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot in the coffee room. Always welcome to come by.
Use the free cookies, that's all I'm saying. So, if you're listening to this and you want to join in, where can they join? How can they join? What do you need to do to join IBIN?
So we have a nice website called Battuta.nl, and then there's a sign-up page. And
to become a member.
And it's only just on the website.
It is €18, and then you're just for a whole year member.
Yeah, and it includes free coffee and sometimes free cookies.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're also organizing some coffee room days the upcoming year. So there's like a bit bigger event in the coffee room. So more socializing, maybe some more extra things. Also really excited to look out for to come by.
Nice. But what's your tips for first year that comes to the faculty?
I would say, and it sounds a bit weird because it's far away, but start going to career day, because you can never like know too much about the working field. And also don't be shy to join any social activity or social drink.
Yeah, definitely the social drinks that are like once a month. You will get to know many people from the whole association, and with that you get so much closer with the association. But also maybe just all different types of activities. Like we're also planning, course-related activities. So some that relate to the courses. So your more educational activities, but also just fun activities like the trips or the climbing up the Martini Tower, which is a lot of fun if you don't know Groningen that well. And also, I would say, don't be afraid to join any activity. it's so great and everyone is so nice. And if you feel a bit lost, always be welcome to come to the board, or you struggle with something. We're always here to also talk about it. We also have our confidential counselors who are also free to talk about anything if you need it. And besides that, we just hope you join.
And hope to see you in the coffee room.
So yeah, we have two very active members here with us that have been active in IBEN. Why have you guys become active in IBEN?
Well, so I started my studies 2 years ago, September 2023. And I must say IBEN did their promotion very well. Straight away from the first day, there was a lecture talk and then also an info market where they explained what it's all about. And what I saw in that is that it's just a nice faculty community, where basically you see everyone, practically everyone in the faculty, and there's a lot of fun events, starting with the introduction weekend in Ameland. So that's one of the islands in the north of the Netherlands. I went there and it was awesome. And then I thought, I'm definitely going to stay here for more fun events. And it's been a good decision.
Yeah, so I basically, same thing happened to me in the first week. Just, lots of promotion from IBEN. Also, moving here from the United States, I knew absolutely nobody in the city, and so I just kind of jumped into the association because why not? It's a great way to make friends, and I think it's really helps you feel kind of connected to the faculty and everything. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not as active as you guys are. But I also still have that feeling sometimes, going to the coffee room at lectures, or like seeing people around, seeing IBEN stickers everywhere in the city is always so fun.
I love it.
Yeah. But you're active in which way? How did you become active?
Yeah. So in my first year, I became involved with the Sustainability Society Committee, which I was chairing. And so my term was for 1 year, and this year, in my second year, I became part of the Almanac Committee.
So I joined right at the beginning of my first year. I joined the first year committee, and then I also, halfway through the year, was invited to be on the project group introduction period. So that's organizing all the events in the first 2 weeks of the semester.
So they'll see you around.
Yes, if you're coming to Ameland, I will be there.
Yay!
And first year committee, what is that for committee? Like a special one, or?
The first year committee, well, it's kind of unique because you can only join it in your first year, and it's a really nice introduction into how the committees work and just how planning events within an association works. So we do a lot of not a lot of big events, but things like the Christmas Gala, which is pretty iconic, and the FYC barbecue. So it's not like a super, heavy workload, but it's a nice introduction into planning events, having meetings, and how like the structure of all that works. So yeah.
Yeah, because would you guys recommend first years to get into a committee? Like, is it fun or is it just a bunch of work?
Well, from a second year perspective, I can still recommend it because, first of all, you get to know your peers, much more, because you have, not just, formal meetings, also, nice dinner get-togethers. But I think it's certainly, the sense of accomplishment you get, when you organize an event. For example, this year with my committee, we organized a charity dinner at a local organization here in Groningen. And it is just genuinely so great seeing like 30 people come for dinner and enjoying everything that we made ourselves. And, we raised money for a good cause. So that is definitely awesome.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Because I myself was never active in the IBEN committee. I've been active in other committees outside here. But yeah, like, also Samia, you were also not
Not at all.
Not at all. No.
I'm not even a member.
I think I became a member originally to get the book discounts.
Oh, I was looking for cookies in the garden.
Samia, you didn't join a committee. How did
Yeah.
you feel?
Basically, I was really in the first week. I'm also like absolutely no one there, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a fun way to make friends. My brother also did the same studies, but like in our faculty, he did SPD, and he was like third year by that time, and he was like, oh, to be fair, it's really Dutch. It's like you don't want to be there. And I was asking my friends, and they said the same thing. Yeah, like they tried to go to events, but they felt a bit excluded. If you have network, if you're already kind of really social person, or you're already like someone, someone there, it's easy to like integrate. But I feel like as international, it's really hard to like actually be part of Dutch community.
Yeah, because it's even very Dutch. I'm thinking
I
cross
think
student
so.
culture too.
Well, from my international perspective, I'd say, I mean, of course you feel the Dutch roots, which is, well, very understandable, right? But with that said, I do think, from my perspective, it is very welcoming. I've made some very nice friends, you know.
Yes.
Those that may look, as you described, you know, very stereotypical tall blonde, you know, they're still very nice people.
I know, but still, I don't know.
I'd say even coming from a non-European background, really, I was kind of also worried maybe about integrating into like spaces where I'm no longer in the majority, of course, but I never really felt that way with Ibn. Like, of course, like there'll be moments where like people around you are speaking Dutch, but also you're living in the Netherlands, like you kind of have to get used to it. But I definitely felt very welcomed, and I think I also just kind of got lucky because I found a great like group within the association right from the beginning. So I do think I got a little bit lucky in that aspect, but overall, yeah, my experience has been good.
Because then I'm interested. What would you guys recommend? I'll start with Ibn. Like, what can you recommend to get into Ibn?
I think be open to, you know, to just making friends, because I think that's the best approach with pretty much, I'd say, any association. Of course, I understand it might be quite intimidating at start, but I think within Ibn, what I've noticed, it's like this very nice snowball effect, like the nicest snowball effect possible, whereas wherein you know one person, you know, then you meet another person, and then you make your Ibn circle quite quickly. So it's not like you have to start talking to absolutely everyone you see. You know, just pick, you know, a few people you think you'd vibe with, and then I think naturally that opens up your circles, essentially.
So we know your targets.
Yeah, true.
I guess so.
Yeah, I'd say, especially if you partake in the introduction events, I know it can be intimidating because there's a lot going on, and you probably move to a new country, and just adapting to everything is really challenging from personal experience. But I'd say, like, really come out of your shell and just, talk to as many people, like, even if you feel like just whoever you're sitting next to, whoever you're around, just like introduce yourself, talk to people, and I think hopefully you'll kind of naturally find the people you vibe with, find your crowd. Also, don't be afraid to talk to like board members or like people in other years. They're all very, very friendly and welcoming, and it can also help you kind of expand your circle beyond just like the first years that you know. So I'd say just be open, also open to the traditions and like the silly songs and everything. It's fun once you get into it, but it's like kind of scary if you don't know what's going on, but just like just go all in and it'll be good.
Yeah, I think that was my problem, because first year I was a bit shy and I was like a bit intimidated about all those like tall girls, and I'm like, what do I do? And also like my problem was like when I met people outside of uni, for example, at ESN events or some like other association, whatever, like it's easy to make friends, like you make acquaintance, you ask for Insta, but then it stops, you know, like you're just like, you kind of follow each other mutually, but then that's why I love Ibn, because like it's not like one time occasion, but like you host a lot of stuff and you kind of bump into each other in the faculty too. So I think it's really cool. So like it's effective.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially I just think like the more events that you go to, then it's easier to build connections outside of the faculty, not just like people you say hi to in lectures. If that makes sense.
True.
What's your like favorite Ibn event? I already have one in mind, but I'll let you guys talk first.
Well, I'm so indecisive. Okay, let me just say first of all that I think everybody should go to the social drinks as much as you can, because that's really fun. Even if you're not an active member, you'll talk to loads of people and just get some free drinks, and it's really nice. For me personally, my favorite Ibn event was the Beck that I went on this year to Morocco, which was really, really fun and really cool opportunity. I also went on the short foreign excursion in the fall, and that was really fun. So I'd say if you have the opportunity to go on any of the trips, it's a great way to bond with people, and it's just, it's super fun.
What is the Beck? Could you
Oh,
explain?
yeah, sorry. There's a big foreign excursion that happens either in March or May of every year, and it's like a 10-day trip kind of farther away. It's, just 50 students randomly selected, and it's, it's lots of fun.
Was it like the same as the skiing one? They have like a skiing?
No, we also have a winter sports trip in January.
Oh, it's a different thing.
Yes, there's lots of opportunities to travel with Ibn if you want to.
And it's also cheaper, right? Because like you travel with a group, kind of.
Yes, it will be cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, well, sadly, I somehow haven't been able to be part of foreign trip, either a short one or a long one. That's, I guess, my goal for the next year. But they seem really cool. I can definitely vouch from talking to other people. That it's been great. But I think for me, I don't know. Like one thing that really has stuck with me is like the cute little Christmas market trips and that we do in December. Yeah, in my first year we went to Oldenburg. And I think it was the same in the second year. Yeah, it's just it's just a short thing, but I don't know. It's this magical vibe you get, that I really enjoy.
Is it like 1 day trip or?
Yeah. So you depart in like afternoon, and then you're back in the evening, but it's still very cool, because Christmas markets in Germany compared to the Netherlands are, bigger of a deal for sure.
Yeah, I think when I think back to my favorite, I think there was this year the. Capture the Buurt, Capture the Neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
I did it together with our head of podcast here at Girugten. We were in a team where we just biked around the city and did challenges in every neighborhood, and you got points based on how quick you were. I think it was really fun.
Damn, you bike? So it's like a race? Or
it was a race. We came third, sadly, but that was something really fun. And
that's cute.
I really like these geography stuff.
Speaking of that, I want to add the GeoGuessr competition. That was so fun. I really want to hope that becomes an annual thing because that's my guilty pleasure. Not even guilty pleasure. I'm studying geography. Like,
is it like the pop quiz or is it a different thing?
No, it was different. Like it was just like
one thing.
We were just playing GeoGuessr like in rounds, and then I didn't win, but.
Yeah, no. Also, the GeoGuessr one is the top of there. It's a bunch of geography nerds together.
Lovely.
I think that's maybe one of the points of Ibn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that gives a really nice introduction to Ibn.
Yeah.
And we're going to be joined by Luc, who is a member of EGEA, another organization within our faculty.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we just discussed Ibn, and now we're sitting here with someone who also kind of works within Ibn, but not really. Luc, and you're from EGEA.
Yes, I'm from EGEA, the European Geography Association Groningen. It's the entity within that's here in Groningen.
Yeah, and what do you guys do? What is your role? What do you guys do?
So EGEA Groningen organizes a variety of exchanges with other EGEA entities throughout Europe. So there are 90 entities from all over Europe. Yeah,
crazy.
It used to go to Far East, but they're not active anymore. And from Rome to Jonsu.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So they're everywhere.
Big.
And we also host people here. So that like a couple of months ago, we had EGEA Göttingen here, and we showed them how King's Day worked. Yeah,
That's so cute.
it's fun. Yeah.
That's cute.
Fun. Because you mentioned you were a committee, but you're not really a committee. How do you think you differ from a committee in Ibn?
So a committee does. Well, so a committee does stuff for Ibn in a way. Like it's an extension of the Ibn board. So you got the Almanac committee who makes the Almanac for Ibn, that sort of stuff. Well, yeah, Sienna, you're a part of of that committee. But EGEA, so EGEA does organize stuff for Ibn, of course. So we have the events and the exchanges. But like I said a moment ago, so we do more stuff outside of Ibn, and we actually also have another responsibility for a big organization. So when you're part of EGEA Groningen, you're a bit of your own thing more than when you're part of like the Almanac committee or the BEC, So that's how I would say EGEA is a bit different from an other Ibn committee, which makes it also a bit more difficult. But if you like it, I think EGEA is lovely to be a part of. Also, if you want to do your own thing, yeah.
You said it's very lovely. Like, what have you done? What are some events people can join on?
Oh, just what I've done the last 2 years.
What are some examples of some events?
Oh, so in December 2023, I went to Warsaw. That was my first exchange, and that was like you never forget your first exchange. It was also for me the first time flying, which was
really
I'm not from a family of flyers, so like it was.
Damn.
And we went with Ryanair, and luckily I live. So yeah, but Yeah, and when I went to Warsaw and we saw we had a tour of Warsaw. Warsaw is a huge city, by the way. Lots of concrete. It's not.
No.
It's a lovely place in a way. But we went to the Jewish History Museum and we saw the big river there and it was really lovely. And also when I think about it, but also another event, like one I really loved was hosting Göttingen here. Like I said, we showed them King's Day, and it's so lovely to talk to these people and to show them something like a very specific culture thing that's like nowhere else, and they just look and I'm a Dutchman, and King's Day is like a normal thing. But they look at it, and all people, why are they wearing all orange? Or but there's so many flags. Also, there was, and then to see the joy in their eyes, and and I also really like to just share the culture, talk a bit about. So we, of course, on the day we did King's Day, but we also talked about the history and the culture and the geography of the city of Groningen itself, which I also love to share.
Yeah.
And they're always interesting. I've never had a bad experience with any EGEAN group. They're always very open, extroverted people, and they're always very eager to learn about your city.
Yeah, but how do you become a member? Is it selective? Do you have to be even member?
So to become a member of EGEA Groningen, we're still working out the kinks, but you can via the website of EGEA, just the big one, you can sign up as a member. It's completely cost-free. And then, the EGEA board does need to, or EGEA committee, sorry, Ibn, but the EGEA committee does need to accept you, but it's not like you don't have to. There are no requirements.
Yeah.
So you can just select. I'm from EGEA Groningen. We get an email. We say oh, that's very good. Then we come in contact you to become part of our. We have a group chat, which you can become part of. And then you keep, and when you're you're a member of EGEA, and you can join on all the congresses, you can join on the exchanges. However, there's a bigger chance that you go on exchange with EGEA Groningen if you're part of the committee. So that's really the big thing. Yeah.
And what is EGEA up to, in the next year, or you had it?
So I won't be part of EGEA probably anymore next year. There's gonna be a next committee, and then I've already been doing it for 2 years. So definitely there are two big things that still need to happen, and we hope that the next EGEA is going to do that, which is when we have Graz here. So then we show the city to Graz, and everyone's free to join on that. That's just if you're part of EGEA, and EGEA will if you follow us on Instagram, you will see when they will all be here, and then everyone who wants to join on that can be free to join.
Even if you're not part.
Yeah, well. Technically you should, but if you just want to join, it's also fine. Yeah, but and also when we go to Göttingen, that's also a big thing that's going to happen somewhere next year. So between this October and October 2026. But those specific dates will not be up to us. Maybe we can make some first steps, but it will definitely be the new committee is going to organize that. So if you're interested in joining EGEA, you can definitely and you can help organizing that and talk to some very lovely people. I can tell they're great people. And also there's going to be like every year in EGEA, there's going to be the Western Regional Congress, the Northern Regional Congress, and the Southeastern Regional Congress. And that's something that's outside of the EGEA Groningen committee. But if you're just part of EGEA generally, you can participate in those congresses and go to very exotic, nice European places and learn a very specific geography-related subject. Yeah.
Fun, because the first year's coming in. Where can I find you? Will you be around?
Me? Well, you can recognize me by my curls. I don't go that often to the coffee room, but I will be walking around. And if you can always, if you see the posters hanging around, like the big orange posters, there's a QR code on it. If you scan it, you will go into our group chat, and then you can ask questions. And they're like, oh, this is a stupid thing, I'm just going to leave again. That's fine. Otherwise, you can contact us via groningen@egea.eu, which is our email, or our Instagram, which I think you can just text us, and then I need to talk to my commissioner of advertisement for that. But yeah, that's our ways of contacting us.
Yeah, and I'll post in the description of this episode.
Yeah.
Fun that you joined. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being here. Well, my first podcast. So hopefully you guys had fun.
It was really fun.
We have also 2 other organizations still to go over at our faculty, and one of them being ProGeo. And again, Sienna and Christops, you are both active in that, right?
Yes, indeed. So I am the current chair of ProGeo, and what ProGeo stands for, it means Progressive Geographers. And when you write ProGeo, you have to put a space between Pro and Geo. That's a mistake that a lot of people make in the faculty.
Yes, I'm Sienna, and I'm currently candidate secretary for the following year. So if you're a first year, I will be the secretary of ProGeo for the 2025-2026 academic year.
Yeah, cool. Because what is ProGeo actually? What is this Progressive Geographers group?
To put it very simply, we are an organization that represents student interests in the faculty. So ProGeo members are members of the faculty council, right? And faculty council is composed of 5 student members and 5 staff members. And so this is like a very direct way of sort of relaying the student perspective. And in the faculty council meetings, you also have representatives of the faculty board.
So yeah, but what can I go to you guys with? What questions can I come with?
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to us with a broad range of questions. Essentially anything that has to do with education in its quite broad sense. For example, if you feel that in lectures, you're not satisfied with, I don't know, you think, oh, this presentation seems really outdated, this is from like 20 years ago. Or if you think, okay, I don't like, like this lecture, how they're going about things and such. So complaints generally, regarding education, so lectures and exams and such.
But I was curious, is it like only for education? Because like you're kind of represented. So for example, if like a person experienced like, I don't know, like any type of assault or whatever situation.
Yes, yeah. So I said education in its broadest sense. So of course it does include that. For example, if you had uncomfortable interactions with the lecturer, definitely we are also a contact point for that.
Is it like only for the lecturer? But for example, if it was like from the student side, do you also account for it or not really?
Well, that is a matter that is best redirected towards study advice. Study advice for conducts is also it's a very, very important entity in the faculty. So they are quite a good starting point.
But also faculty building wise, is that something you guys touch upon, or is it more
in terms of like the infrastructure?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, because that is something we can bring up at the faculty council meetings where you have the faculty board present. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say especially for first years who maybe don't know the bureaucratic structure, kind of just think of ProGeo as your representative body, right? Representing the student body and kind of representing your voice in those other spaces, the higher up spaces behind the closed doors and whatnot. But especially relating to like the quality of your education and what you're getting out of the lectures and career opportunities, resources, study materials, et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of what we hone in on, I'd say.
Yeah, and now it is very important for me to mention a structure called program committees, or shortened as PCs. So program committees essentially consist of students representing their study program and then the staff side. So how it works, in short, after every course, at the end, you fill out an evaluation form, which is both sort of like closing questions, from 0 to 10, but then also, like open-ended responses. So essentially all of these forms are gathered by the secretary of the program committee, who is a staff member. Then they put it all together, and then the program committees sort of dissect what you've seen in the feedback in the program committee meetings, right? But of course, program committee members are not just there to, discuss some papers. Program committee members are there to be an open contact person for people in their course, right? And so they should make it clear, reach out to me, with any concerns that you might have. So it's a very important. Yeah. So I think Sienna put the essence of ProGeo very well. We represent students. We are your voice in the faculty. So do not be afraid to reach out to us. We'll be present at the opening day and we'll make ourselves seen. So yeah, make sure to have a look at our Instagram. Send us an email, board@progeo.nl, but also just reach out to board members, your program committee representatives. And speaking of program committees, there will be an application period starting in September. So if you feel passionate about representing your fellow students in a program, you can apply. And of course, there will be more information coming about that.
So, and to close off this introduction to the faculty, we're going to close off with our own group, association within the faculty magazine. And that's what this podcast is a group of. And therefore, I've moved from the studio to talking to Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hello.
So I'm talking to you because you're...
I am the chairman of Girugten.
Which means that you will, the coming year, we will see you a lot, or?
Yes, so I will basically be running Girugten next year. So overseeing Girugten and the podcast.
Oh yeah, because Urbanter is a part of the Girugten team.
Yes.
And Girugten does more than just podcasting. We are an amazing team, but you also do all the magazine stuff, right?
Yes, so we create and publish articles throughout the year on our website, and one physical edition, which is the freshman edition, which you'll be hopefully getting soon. But yeah, we're basically just a platform to create content about geography.
And so just geography, so human geography, but can I as a design student also write stuff? Or?
Well, as you'll learn in your time at the faculty, geography is a very, very broad term. And you basically learn that anything can be related to geography. So we write about a wide range of topics. So I've learned about railway networks throughout Europe. I've also learned about cultural things in different countries. Honestly, you can write about anything.
And so you can write about anything, but can also anyone write, or do you need to be a member?
That's actually the best thing about Girugten. So obviously we're a group of very enthusiastic people who want to write and learn about writing and designing and all that. But you can be anyone in the faculty who can submit an article or an idea to Girugten, and we can pick that up and publish it on our website. So if you're not sure whether you want to join Girugten yet, or you just have an idea that you want to put out there, you can always feel free to email us about it or DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, and I'll put the email and our website in the description. Because I joined, and I'm not even writing anything, and I'm not planning to do anything. So we also have a podcast team, and as the main podcast producer now, but I won't be in the future, I never joined to write. But why did you join? Because you have written some articles, right?
Yeah, so Girugten is really a place for anyone. We have 3 main teams. We have the podcast team, editorial team, and then the design and website team. And you can kind of pick and choose what you want to be a part of. So, for example, I'm terrible at design and website things, so I solely write. And I chose to be a part of it, firstly because I wanted to meet people within the faculty. And they always say when you want to make more friends, you join a club. And I loved writing, and I was like, I don't have a chance to be creative and expressive in university. And I was like, this could be it. So it was a great way for me to develop my writing skills. Well, that's how I saw it as. But I also got a chance to meet amazing people from all over the world. But then I have friends who really hate writing and really love design, so they've chosen to be part of that. And then, as you said, you don't write anything, and you solely focus on the podcast because you love to chat, and you love to chat about geography and spatial planning things, and this gives you a chance to do that.
Yapping all day. Yeah. So you have written some articles, and these have been in our magazine, and you can find them on the website.
Yes.
What would you say is your favorite that you've written?
Oof, that's a tough question. I don't know. I feel like they've all been so different. I think my first one was definitely the most intriguing one. And I wrote about transparency in agricultural supply chains.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a really niche interest of mine, of something I've grown up hearing a lot about because of my parents' jobs. So that was something really strange to look into and something very interesting to discuss with people because it's something people don't really know about. So it was all about barcodes and QR codes. So it's a very strange interest of mine. But my most recent one was about Friesland, the province in the Netherlands, and how little I know about it. So that's been something I've been learning about over the past year, having been surrounded by more Frisian people. So that was just a really interesting article for me to write, to reflect on how little I know about the Netherlands, having lived here for 5 years and still the fact that Friesland just exists with its own language, and the people there like don't even say they're Dutch, but they're Frisian. Like that was really interesting to look into. So I say probably that one. Or I wrote one about how churches in the Netherlands are used for different purposes, which is really interesting. Like you can go to the gym in a church, a former church, or like a bookstore. But yeah, so I think most of my articles are just inspired by my time in the Netherlands. You know, you get inspiration from what's around you, but people write from wherever they're from, whatever they're seeing, experiencing. So you really get to learn about all these niche interests. And you get to like listen to people enthusiastically explain them to you. Because like people in geography are such a passionate group of people. And like me with barcodes, like no one really cares, you know, but I really cared about barcodes. So yeah, Girugten just gives you a platform to do all this.
Yeah, because so you get a bunch of passionate people, and I've looked at some of the articles we have, and I recommend people listening also doing it. And it's from barcodes to train projects to population density and
to
architecture.
running, the growth of running, to drugs in like techno concerts and like rave culture. Like honestly, geography is everything, and you can really run with that. But yeah, it's great.
We keep it vague, we keep it broad.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like you're supposed to have this like they always say like less rules so you can explore more. Like that's what Girugten is about.
Yeah, as long as we keep it in.
Yeah.
Geography, of course. And what would then be your favorite? Maybe you can't make favorites as the chair, but favorite just article. Like what's an article that you really like? Oh wow. Because for me, like one of the articles that I actually keep getting back to is our article by I can't remember. Older member about Groningen's city plan.
That was really interesting.
That was really interesting, but I also just keep coming back to it because I think it's like when you Google, it's one of the first results, and it just is a really good article and actually just gives me an overview of it. So I've kept coming back to it, like, oh, I need to check it. How did it function again? And I look at the map they made because I had trouble finding any other resources.
But it's cool that, like, I feel like if I was that author, I would be really flattered if that was me and you kept on coming back to it. Because I know there was one previous person in Girugten whose work was referenced in the lectures, and like the lecturer like recommended you to go read it. Like that's pretty cool. I've yet to go into that point. Maybe my interest a bit too niche.
Hey, whenever we talk about barcodes in lectures,
hopefully I'll come up. Fingers crossed.
You'll be part of the reading.
Yeah, transparency in agricultural supply chains. But do I have a favorite? I think.
Is it just going to be your own article?
I mean, I do write about some pretty interesting stuff. Oh, there was a recent article about how Disneyland, like the mass tourism there, affects the people in the surrounding area of it.
Yeah.
That was really interesting to read because I've never really considered that. I always thought it was like, oh, you live so close to Disneyland, like what a magical thing for you. But no, it can actually have its downsides. So that was pretty eye-opening.
And if people want to sign up, how do you do that?
So you can email us a short motivation. When I say short, it can literally be a paragraph and your academic CV. And we will contact you about setting up a little meet to see if our expectations align. And then you're basically a part of Girugten. We have 2 application periods, one at the start of the year and then one at the start of the second semester. But this will be advertised. You'll get emails and it'll be on our Instagram. So yeah, just look for updates about that. But yes, a little motivation and your CV.
Yeah, and a similar process is for the podcast because you do need to be a Girugten member to be part of the podcast. So if you want to be me next year, then sign up. But also we will get the freshman edition. That's also done by Girugten, and when will people get that?
So the freshman edition you'll get on the first day of school. You'll have Girugten members handing it out to you when you walk in through the door, hopefully. And you can feel free to peruse that. There'll be a lot of interesting information. There'll be a map of the campus. There'll be tips and tricks about living in Groningen, interesting articles from our Girugten members, kind of displaying like the broad range of topics that we write about. And there will also be some information there about applying. So if you forget all of this and you're wondering in the moment what to do, there will be our email address and a QR code to link you to our Instagram and all that.
Amazing. Thank you for listening to this special episode. I hope it was informative for everyone who's listening. We can't wait to see you in our corridors. And also remember, we talked about all the faculty stuff, but there is a whole city outside our faculty. That's what we study, of course. So don't forget that there are a lot of other associations outside our faculty. There are 2 introduction periods coming up, Kaya Week and ESN Week. So if you care, like, hey, these geography nerds, don't really care about them. I want to do some other stuff outside of faculty. They can join them. And then, we hope to see you in the corridors and say hello if you see us.